Cat goes meow, bird goes tweet, and mouse goes squeak. Cows go moo, frog goes croak, and the elephant says toot. Ducks say quack, and fish go blub, and the seal goes ow, ow, ow. But there's one sound that no one knows. What does the fox say? My eyes! What does the fox say anything? What the hell is the fox? Why is it?
Yeah, we don't care what the fox says.
We don't care what the fox says.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm trying to get into chat here on the app.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Gail, Diana. Hi, I'm Calgary. Hi, Lisa and Mary and Lori.
Let me mute. There we go.
Yeah. Welcome to all of you. We were trying to figure out. We couldn't remember what that song was. And some of you may have seen. Hey, Angela. Hey, Andrew. Some of you may have seen our lovely little 20-minute or so pre-opening, our first haul. So,
our first pallet box.
Yes, that's
not a haul. Just our pallet box.
Apparently, there are no rails today. No,
yeah, we're starting off the rails.
So, today we're here to talk to you on 2DogsDigs about our first pallet buy and doing a pallet box on opening. Hi there.
Hello.
I'm Baddog, Craig Dawson, and this is...
I'm Gooddog. Rick. B.
And we're 2DogsDigs, and we put the F in Fox. Thrift.
And
Fox. Oh, we're pinky swear.
And fun.
Fun. So,
that's an interesting choice of words.
That actually,
is it not?
Topping those lady parts, Lori. Okay. Okay. Hey, Greg.
Hello, Greg. Lisa, Angela, Andrew, Mary, Gail, Heidi,
I said hi.
Witchy,
I said hi.
Greg,
I said you said
Mary,
okay, stop it.
Greg,
leave it alone.
Witchy,
so today we're here.
Good dog.
So yeah, we're here because so this was our first. What we did was, strangely enough,
I'm sleepy. So
what ended up happening was, as opposed
to Diana, hello.
Yeah, that's and Diana. The other Diana. So what we did was we actually had, strangely enough, this is how it came about. We actually do host sales through Max Sold, and somebody from a company that sells Amazon and various other returns in big pallets actually contacted Max Sold, and they said, we don't buy stuff. We actually help people sell stuff. We need a romper room here. He didn't do the proper thing, Mary. We have this lovely fish plate thing that we got. It holds paper plates. But see. You can't see anybody with that. That's how you're supposed to go. There you go. You did that last week.
Romper, stomper, bumper, do. Tell me who.
And so, hey, Claire.
I see Archie and Edith and Meathead and Gloria.
I'm glad you didn't put Meathead over top of my face. That's all I could say. So what we ended up doing was we actually called this guy and found out.
The Miller play.
We found
songs that made the hit parade.
I don't know what to do.
Okay, I'll stop.
He's not helping at all.
I'm not. Oh, hello, Claire. There, I'm still.
You're just yeah, we're off already. We're off the rails.
I didn't sleep.
I know. Well, you did so.
Oh, okay.
You did sleep.
If you say so.
You did. So just make sure you're staying properly on the screen when you do that.
I am going to not move.
That would be helpful. So what we ended up doing was we actually talked to this gentleman, and he works for a company called VDC. And what they do, and there's a number of different companies actually that do this around around North America. This company's actually has just one location, and they're located near the border in Niagara Falls. Hey, Paul. And what they do is they purchase goods from a bunch of different places. So the types of things that they have actually picked up in the past, and actually I'll pop to this picture. Hold on a sec here. Here. So
there we go.
they actually buy tons and tons of merchandise from off sellers. No, we do not.
There's no fun in
we
staying
have.
on
There's
the
no
rails.
effing rails.
Yes, there's no effing rails.
There's no effing rails. There's no effing rails there.
It is just coffee containers. They're not spiking.
They're not. No, I haven't spiked it. So it's interesting because literally what they do is they buy these pallets from the retailers. So some of the retailers that they actually deal with are Groupon, surprisingly, Wish, Wayfair.
Yeah, Wish could be interesting.
What
Walmart.
was that? Stella and Dot.
Yeah, Stella
Walmart, Amazon. And so what we did was they get this stuff all the time. They have over 300 pallets that come in every single month. They sell things from the pallet, the individual pallet size, up to entire truckloads. So they have people who actually, they'll bring a truckload up of Groupon stuff, and it'll be priced at like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. And somebody will buy that truckload of $30,000 and have it like they unload the truck, and there'll be a transport trucks that he says that come in. They've got people who buy from them across Canada, actually.
Yeah, the warehouse is what, 60,000 square feet?
Yeah, it's a huge warehouse, and that, like you can see in this picture, this is literally not even 1/25 of it. This is like one little portion of the warehouse. It is gigantic. And this just happens to be a bunch of large pallet pulls as well. So what they do with this is they have what they call large pallets. They have small pallets. They have fashion pallets. They have shoes, returns, all sorts of different things. So let me see what I did as my next picture in here. So this is actually when they got in. These are the Amazon pallets that we bought.
Amazon Smalls.
Amazon Smalls. So the two things that they usually get from Amazon are Amazon Smalls, which is literally these boxes filled. They're 4x4 by about anywhere from up to, that's about 6 feet tall, actually, isn't it? 4x4 by 5. Why are you grinning?
Yeah.
Why are you grinning?
I'm just being myself.
4x4 by 5, and they're filled to the brim. Right up to there. Some of them are filled a little higher than that.
They actually cut the little eye holes.
They do. They cut these little eye holes in some of them so that you can
climb up on.
Yeah, so you can actually climb up on top of a ladder to look inside to see what is it that's sitting inside the pallets.
Look, there's the
so this is one of the things that, like, this was actually our pallet that we ended up peeking into to look at. So in this case,
the truth, you saw the fox and you had to have it.
No, this is what I saw. This is what I saw when we went there. Let me go back a little bit. So they have Amazon Smalls, which are usually between 1,000 to 2,000 items, depending upon the size of what the items are, in these big, huge bins. The bins are that they sell there. They're $1,600, $1,695 Canadian.
Canadian.
They have
that's
Amazon.
All in.
That's well, there's tax.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there's tax on top of that.
You're right.
They have Amazon Larges. Now, the Amazon Smalls, the way they get those items, and this is what we thought was really interesting, is they are items that other people like us, resellers like us, have actually sent in to Amazon to sell. What are you doing?
Mary had a question.
Did we go to the warehouse? Yes, that's actually what we ended up doing. So and this guy, they're open for warehouse visits. They're open for everything. And I'll give you the information on that a little later on as well. But they also will do orders over the phone. So they actually pulled a pallet, like our guy Rob actually pulled one of these, set it aside when it came in, because they sell out in like 48 hours.
Yeah, we had to make the commitment to purchase.
We made a commitment to purchase. He said, I'll mark one off for you. And then literally, if you can get down here within 48 hours, if you don't want that one and there's others here, you can change your mind. But if you waited a week, your pallet's your pallet, because all of them are gone, and we'll be on to the next round of stuff. So what we've got, like, just give me one of the things that's got, like, I don't know, that's terrible thing, of course. This is the first thing that's available.
No.
Well, yeah, no, so this is, we ended up with quantities of these.
We have
So this is
three or four of these. Invisible.
An invisible bra.
Bra.
So this is the Amazon US FBA stamp. So what ends up happening is these bras, too small.
Yes, good thing, Peggy.
These bras,
you can wear them at Disney.
I can wear them at Disney next week. We're going to Disney next week. I don't know if that, you know, I could. They're probably sticky, aren't they?
I think these are more clad.
Yeah, we did get
We
get lady stuff in there.
We got about 15 of these, maybe 6 or 7 of these.
And I'm looking at these going, okay, I understand the invisible underwear, invisible push-ups. What I did not understand when I first looked at it was the back. And I had to say to Rick, I said, what the hell are the little round things for? And he had to remind me that they're nipple covers. And I was like, yeah, I've got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? I was waiting for you to say that.
Unfortunately, these are worth very little. This might be worth $5.
How much is this worth?
These are worth $3.
How much is this worth?
Those are listed for, I think, $1.99.
Okay, so they're $1.99.
They're silicone. And they're sticky.
Oh, they're sticky.
Yes, of course they're sticky.
What does the fox say?
Oh dear.
Here we go.
That's what you would look like with hair.
Okay, we have now we know how to sell these. We got a new way of selling them. We got a new way of selling them.
They're silicone.
They are sticky.
Toupees.
So now I look like Krusty the Clown.
Okay.
Oh, let's get the one out of this and see what we can do with them. So should I keep wearing them for the rest of the show?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, it's textured.
It's
sticky.
It's sticky. It's very sticky. So this is what sellers actually send in. So that, you know, when you're doing it, I'm trying to be serious. You know, so when people do Amazon FBA, they actually, you print off a little sticker, you list it, and you send it in, and Amazon fulfill. I can't do it with this on my head. I really can't. It's just I'll put it back later.
No, you have to put those guards back on.
I have to put the guards on?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Well, will it stick to the wall? It does.
Yeah.
Post-it notes.
Yeah, so there, look, we can repurpose them and make tons of money.
Over the shoulder post-it holders.
Post-it folder holders.
Post-it note holders.
So,
anyway.
So, I really didn't, I thought this was going to be a serious show all about Amazon unboxing.
We were talking about the number of things and the variety of things that you get.
Looks like are they comfortable on my head? I don't know.
You probably.
Oh, good. This is why. Diana's teenager looked.
Is that an option?
I didn't. What, people can walk out?
For me.
Oh no, it's not an option for you.
All right.
Yes, if there was red versions, we would have red bozo hair. But now we'll have
have spray paint.
We can spray them red and sell them as Halloween costumes.
Have glitter paint for kids.
We have a lot of
Anyway,
let's
keep going on. We did find some interesting things. Actually, what did we start this as?
What?
I don't remember the entree into. Here, let's pick some stuff that we got.
Okay. So what? Oh, there it goes. It's like, it does that thing that goes down the wall, crawls down the wall. Let's see. So what we were talking about, how did we get to that? We talked about the fact that these are brand new items.
I'm glad you paid attention.
So they're brand new items that were sent into Amazon. And what happens is when they have either been slow selling or there's a huge volume of them or they haven't sold any, they will contact back the person who submitted them. So they'll say to Rick, do you want your sticky bozo ears back? We haven't sold any in 6 months. Rick, what would you like us to do with them? We can mail them back to you, but you have to pay shipping.
No, they're not worth it.
We can have you keep listing them, but you got to keep paying storage fees.
No, storage is eating up my
We can just get rid of them.
Get rid of them. I'll write them off.
Okay, thanks so much. So we'll get rid of them. So then Amazon or any of these other places, but in this case, Amazon dumps them into these boxes. and literally then auctions them off or sells them off into the redistribution sort of arena. So everything that we got was brand new, except for books. We were lucky. There was one of these that was actually filled with like the top part of the bin was probably about 2 feet worth of used books.
Yeah.
Right. And Greg, it's the kind of thing, actually, Greg here, he sells books. If he was doing FBA, it's exactly what he would be doing.
But I don't know if he would.
I want to go grab one of them just to show. They're right outside there.
Well, this is the one exception to the thing that this is a return.
This is a return. Oh, we ended up with one return.
We ended up with one return.
So one return.
An obvious return
in the whole thing, which was just this dented thing here. Hey, Becky. You're trying to list because in the group that Becky's in, the complete reseller that Tony Boss has, which is an amazing group, there's a challenge for February to see if you can list 100 items for February. And Becky's trying to do it because she's on her way to Florida next week to go to 3 different flea markets. And guess what, Becky? We're going to see you at all 3 of those flea markets because we just booked that trip. Well, Becky knows because I just posted on the reseller. So we're going to see Becky down there.
He forced me.
So this is exactly what you're used to seeing. So Jeffrey Deaver book, and there's the Amazon sticker on the back of it.
A DVD.
An open DVD
with the Amazon sticker.
So the one bin we saw had like 2 feet worth of books, and they're not even necessarily in great shape. We got stuff that's got like torn tops to them.
Practical intuition for success. She looks like she has a lot of intuition and poor makeup skills.
Like medical books with applied state physics. This is like an old library book. Now it's fine they're selling, but obviously Amazon has said we're not selling these.
I wish I could be a writer. I
wish you could too. So those all get put into these bins. They get bid on, right? So they get bid on by a bunch of different companies all around North America. These guys actually, which is really what we thought was interesting, is these guys who are in Canada are actually buying stuff from the States. So there is so much inventory out there that they actually bringing up stuff from the States. Gail has a really good question. Do they guarantee the resale value? No. That's a big risk that you have to look at when you're looking at any of these things. So we decided, you wouldn't want to spend $1,700 and get a lot of sticky bras. No, that's true. There's like
a huge variety of stuff.
A ton of stuff.
Well,
so
we'll show you some of the stuff.
We're going to go through that in a few minutes. So what we ended up doing was we ended up going in there and we picked our pallet from this list of pallets. We peeked inside it, and I think there's one here that's got our sticker on it. No, it didn't show that one. There. So there's our sticker. So they got there, and there you can see $15.95 is the price of the pallet.
Tamara.
There's our 2DogsDigs, and this is what we looked in. And when we saw in here, we could see some things that looked interesting. One of the things that looked the most interesting to me was I could see, and we talked about this in our little 20-minute video, was sealed Gears 5 Xbox games. And we could count on the top at least 15 of these things. So we thought maybe the bottom part of this has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds
there
of
were 54 of them.
There's 54 of these Gears 5.
We sold one on eBay for
25 US.
5 US.
And these actually list right now, just so you can get an idea. This is actually them right now. They list on Amazon in the US for $32 US. They list in Canada for $49. You can barely see that. $49.92 plus shipping. They are actually on. Go back to there. They are actually on at Best Buy for $78.88, and we're actually EB Games. So we're actually one of the things we're doing is EB Games, we're taking these in and getting credits from them from EB Games. Okay. So we're actually going to get, so when you think about what we bought, we got about 1,500 plus items. So we look at every item as basically being $1. So how do we look at that? We look at, right? We're looking at every item as being $1. So if we take these and we take all 50 of them, if we're lucky enough to sell all 50 of them for $20,
then
that's $1,000. So before anything else that we've done, we have $1,000 in these games alone that's towards the actual payment of that $1,595.
Now we're getting a few questions in
Okay,
there.
let's pause for a
We
question.
already had the question about do they guarantee?
Yes,
No.
we did.
Lori wants to know if we've gone through it all yet.
Yes, we have.
And we've
We've opened every single box. Yeah.
Yeah, and I spent a day and a half actually sorting like with like and trying to group exact items with exact items. There's still a little bit of research to do in terms of resale value for some of the things that we're not familiar with, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
I'm finding, $10 and $20 value items, which is okay. It's things that we don't normally sell. So are we going to be able to sell them quickly enough to recoup profit quickly?
Blondie.
Do we peel off the Amazon stickers?
Yeah, we would.
We will when we ship them. I'm not going to do it immediately.
Now we'll also be we'll be selling these things on Facebook locally, KJ or Kijiji, Craigslist. So I don't think we're going to peel an Amazon sticker off of the back of something we sell on Kijiji. No. But if we sell it on eBay, yeah, that's what we'll do.
Yeah, tossing in the garbage. There are probably a handful of items that
in this particular case, because the bin was all new except for this. There was nothing that you literally would want to toss. Well, no, there's nothing to throw out.
Little teeny tiny things. There was a set of 10 LED connectors.
Right, but somebody had put them onto
Amazon to sell
for $3.
Would have been $3.
So
I threw those away because I don't want to spend the time and effort to try to resell them. Or explain to someone what the fuck they are. Sorry, what the F they are.
You know what that
Angela wants to know.
You know what that means.
You have to wear it.
You have to wear the ears now.
They won't stick to my hair. See? Oh, it does. No. Ow. Oh, sticky.
Yeah, they're sticky.
These are not manifested, Angela. They're actually, they're going to peel your glasses right off your face. No, they're not manifested.
How do you ladies deal with this at the end of a night? How do you...
No, they're not manifested. Basically, they do have some pallets that are manifested, but they go really quickly. And Craig can talk about that later.
No, you're on that question, so we'll answer that question right now for Angela. So in the Amazon world, no, nothing is manifested. In some of the other places, they do. So for example, they had Groupon pallets that came in. And on the Groupon pallets that came in, they literally had a manifest of every single item that was in every single box.
Yeah.
So you were able to look at it, and they would say, these are all the things in this box. It is a retail value of $9,800 on this, and we are selling this pallet for $600.
Yeah.
Now, some of the retail values you may question, but that's what they were originally on Wayfair or Groupon or Wish for.
It's the retail value or the manufacturer suggested retail price.
So, but the Walmart pallets that we saw that were returns, but they were also manifested. So they had returns, refurbished, unwanted pallets from Walmart that were larger items, and those larger item pallets originally came in some cases for $500. We saw one pallet that was, I think the retail on it was $9,800 worth of stuff, and it was $600.
And then
they had actually discounted it because they want that stuff gone. So they actually discounted it, and it was down at $400.
Yeah.
So that was $400 potential investment for a manifested amount. It didn't tell you everything in it, whereas the Groupon one actually told you every single. It said like extra large men's, one pair of shoes. So you had other questions up there. Okay, so you tear them off, you throw them across the room, and hope they stick to the wall. Then you peel the gummy stuff off the boobies. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Now, Paul wants to know if we're inventorying every item and how we keep track of them. No. No,
we don't inventory crap right now. We're terrible in inventory.
Well, we do the blobby method. Basically, we remember where we buy things.
And what we paid for them.
And what we paid for them in general. Because we got like 1,500 items, in this pallet, everything is $1. So as long as we can sell it for more than $1,
Yeah.
we've made our money back. So we're not losing anything. Well, it has to be $1.13 because of tax.
Yeah, now there are a lot of other places, Becky, that are in the US. There's a company in the US called VIA Trading that does exactly what these guys at VDC do. There's a number of, and they literally throw up pallets all the time that you can buy and they can ship. So I would check relatively locally. There may be people in a number of different markets that do it for you. Again, there's nothing, this one isn't in Toronto. This was an hour drive from us. So I know that a couple of people in our Canadian Resellers and Fantastic Thrifters group on Facebook have said that they wanted to try it, but they didn't know whether it was worth the drive down an hour and a half. And it's like, it can be worth the drive. It's something that really could be interesting.
What's a blobby? No, we use the blobby method. Basically, when we do,
it's what he calls the method.
Yeah,
it doesn't stand for.
If we spend $1,000 on a trip, the inventory that we bring back is worth $1,000. It's not the individual pieces, it's spread out across the pieces. If we buy 500 things and we spent $1,000, $2 each.
Yeah.
At least in my mind, that's the way it works.
And
that is blobby.
Plus, I have kind of a photographic memory when it comes to paying on like what we paid for things as well. So we also look at that on the inventory side and go, all of these items are, when we put them in our own thing, we'll zero out. So if we ended up selling all of these for $1,000, then we'll take the $600 left against the other things and we'll throw a buck against each one of those. And we'll say, now we're at once we get to that $1,600, we actually count our merchandise as almost zeroing out the dollar amount. So everything becomes profit on it, as opposed to saying this item cost $5 and we made 15. This item cost $3. This item, that's
basically the way that we're doing. We do simplified accounting for our accountant. We basically say what we purchase in inventory, the total value of what we sold.
Oh, that's interesting. So Mary's actually, so you can walk into VIA and look. That's the exact same thing with these guys at VDC. They actually have said, come on down, take a look, walk around, spend 3 hours if you want to spend 3 hours in there. Do whatever the heck you want. If you don't want to buy anything, don't buy anything. But if it's your very first time and you happen to be going down to Niagara Falls to the casino, drop in for a half an hour, take a wander around, look at what they have there, decide you want to get.
Even if there is inventory that's spoken
sold,
for, you can still look and see
get an
what
idea.
Sort of things people are, or what getting in the pallets.
So we got this pallet again because we looked at the kind of stuff that was inside it. This is our little sold sign that we got on there. This is when we brought it to the car, so we cut the top of it off, and then this was us loading it up. So we took a bunch of bins.
We hand bombed.
They call it bombing. He calls it bombing, hand bombing, which is grabbing everything and throwing it into the back of trucks. Pickup trucks, vans, everything like that. So
we decided to use our plastic tubs, the same ones that we use when we are going down to the States.
And you can see we were lucky at the very back here, these two boxes, there's 4 boxes that actually were at the bottom of this pallet that were already still boxed. So we, no, they're underneath all of them.
You can see the edge.
This is actually half cut down already. So we'd already unloaded this. So this is already ours. We own it. Whatever's in there, we got it. So this is the kind of stuff that we ended up doing. So now Greg has got a comment. It's like, it is lots of listing. True, but it could be a lot of money. So when we look at some things, and again, with pallets, you never know what you're going to get. So we're going to take you through just some of the stuff right now and show you what we've got, some of the things we thought about in terms of the pricing on stuff that we've got. When you look behind you right now, for example, we got these slime kits that are behind us right here. We had, I think, 15 of these slime labs. Yep. They are actually listed on eBay for $24.88 US.
I haven't launched the listing on eBay yet, but I do have them on Facebook Marketplace for $15.
Yeah, so we got, again, so if we're doing the rough math kind of thing, there's 15 of those that if we sell them for $15, that's $200. So now we're at $200. $225. Now we're at like $1,200 when we're now. So because this is that's kind of the blobby method too that we have to work to in order to look and see what it is that we're getting from stuff. You see the pop there, that's a microphone piece. That's a $35 pop piece. Up top above me here, we have, I think, 10 of these little puppy cups. It's a sippy cup for pups and for walking. It's a car, a fur mat, and a car thing for dogs to look at. If you pop over the side behind Rick, like this is this is a really nice set of LED. There's solar powered lamps.
We only got one of
And
those.
yeah, we wished we'd had more of these. We may end up keeping these for all we know, but we got the one pair of those, and so that is again probably on Facebook Marketplace that could do 20. Could go for like 40 on like a Max Sold or something along those lines.
German stock pots. We got
three of those stock pots. We got a couple of frying pans.
I've listed that for $40 on eBay.
So
and we'll do it locally, Facebook Marketplace, probably for the same.
For 25 to 30. So bad math again. So we're already talking right there. We're now up in the $1,400 mark or so, and we haven't gotten into the rest of the things like this.
It's Shaper Queen. Craig will try it on for you if we get enough likes for this video. With his little rubber bra thing. No, we got 9 of these. I've listed them on eBay using a variant listing. It's my favorite one. It was very exciting. And I've got these listed at $24.99, and I'm doing discounts for multiple purchases.
Yeah, Mary's got a comment. If it's multiple items, it does go faster. And we were lucky enough with this pallet to get a number of different things where we do have multiples of, and things that we know theoretically should be able to go easily on Marketplace. We got fun things too. Some of them were singles and fun, but like
fun things. I've got a king size duvet cover and 2 pillowcases.
You looked that up, actually.
I looked this up, and somebody has this brand, this size, listed on eBay for $50 US. So I think I will try Facebook Marketplace for
even like 30.
30.
Brand new.
And I can also list it on eBay or whatever for. It's very heavy, and I don't think I can fit it in a padded flat rate.
No, and then we have this. Again, here, this is how we got everything. So this is how this is a 22-inch realistic stuffed squid for kids' pillows and gifts.
Squidly.
So I know how big this can go if fitting into a thing. I have not looked this up. I have no idea. I think it's actually relative. Like, it's very cute. Like, it's a no-name thing. It's made in China.
Tell me notices.
What? You better do a body shave first. For what?
To put on the Shaper Queen.
To put on the Shaper Queen. So, like, this is really cute. So
yeah, it's $20 on eBay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So
now the cool thing about getting these things back from Amazon, we want to send things in for FBA.
Yeah.
And just seeing how things are packaged to go into the Amazon warehouse is quite.
Yeah, it's a learning experience from us too. Yeah.
I'll do this. You keep talking.
Every once in a while, we did find things that were like nothing. So here's a. Becky wants a pallet of jewelry. Yeah. Well, the thing is, that's the great thing is there's lots of different kinds of pallets. They haven't got jewelry per se, but they actually have, Becky. They carry Stella and Dot. Now, Stella and Dot is a jewelry type of thing, and they get big pallets of that in all the time. It retails high, but on resale, it doesn't seem to do much. And you, Becky, you'd know much more about Stella and Dot than anybody else would, probably on here, unless there's other people who are jewelry people like you. Hey, Candy. We thought about that, and again, in that case, when we got there, they had what was 300
pairs of shoes.
No, boxes from Stella and Dot.
Oh,
so you had to buy all 300 of them. Yeah. But then they started selling off pieces from them.
We couldn't throw a box in with our stuff.
No.
He wouldn't let us move things from one pallet.
Then we get things this is what we talk about. We have a dollar garage sale every year. So we got, 25 of these dollar things? Yeah. This is like cheap little amazing melon peeler thing from China.
I'm gonna try one of those at home and see how well it works. Maybe we can start doing infomercials and up our game.
Dollar store stuff, though.
Okay, these are kind of cool. We got
those
11 of these, and they are projector lamps for a particular brand of TV, Epson. They're new in box.
Becky says Stella and Dot is good.
They're listing for up to $49. I've got them listed on eBay for $28.88 with free shipping. And again, purchase multiples, you get discounts off. So we have 11 of those at $30. There's another $300.
So now we're over the $1,595 that we spent.
Yeah.
And we're not. We have
A
7
ton of
full
stuff
boxes
we
of
haven't
stuff.
even looked at.
Yeah.
Now this
This is one of his favorites.
I almost peed myself. I was so excited at this. This is actually a Schlage lock. So it's a keypad lock. New in box. I mean, brand spanking new, never removed from the carton. I did not take it out to take pictures of it, but
What number is it? Do you remember?
it is the FE575. And that could be, I think that's our listing.
No, that's not our listing.
Oh, okay, that our listing matches that.
So
Basically, we have
there it
3 of
is.
these, and we're selling them for $99.99 US with free shipping.
So from our standpoint, that's nice because when we pull something like that as well, so that sort of makes up for the little bras or some of the cell phone case things
about
that
grouping those together. So
Yeah,
instead of selling one by one, it could be here are 3 for $10.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually a really good idea, Mira. So it's like, yeah, so if we'll put like a bunch of those hats together or like 5 of these because I guess you peel and stick.
We have, I think, 4 or 5 of these. So
yeah, you have the box of like cell phone accessories that we had somewhere, and it's like some of the pop sockets and things like that. So when we look at those, it's like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. This is a couple of bucks. This is $3. This is $5. And then you pull like
these are all of the tiny.
This is just tiny stuff.
I'm not going to bother sorting through that.
No,
I think we're just going to put it in a dollar box at our garage sale.
Yeah, and there's like 50 things in there, and it's everything from key holders, pop sockets,
little HDMI switches,
and they're brand new, and they actually work. They're like $5 online, so it's like whether we decide to put it online, we got a bunch of those. And then you find nice stuff like this, where it's like, oh look, out of the blue, this just happened to be a brand new Beauty and the Beast doll that's still in the package that I should probably be able to get at least $15 for if I did it on Facebook Marketplace, maybe more if I put it onto a Max Sold.
And so much cell phone related stuff, camera, phone related stuff. These are all glass protectors. They're for specific models of phones. Again, I'm not sure how we're going to deal with these. We've got, I think, 30 of these, and they're for the Galaxy Note 8. I don't know how current the 8 is.
I'm on the 10. We're on the 10. But there was also brand new cases for the iPhone 11 and things like that. So make sure they're actual pop sockets before you use that name in your listing. Yeah, I don't think we'll actually sell something like that, Lisa, because it's just a pain for something so small that we don't want to spend our time on the $2 or $3 items on this. So Diana's saying, another Diana put the bras in a few of each color in each lot. Good, they'll like that for the summer. Becky's saying, you guys did good. It's a hit or miss thing. Some boxes are better than others, and she's happy for us. Thank you, Becky. We're quite happy with it too. Yeah, like Mary saying, people want costume things in multiples. So it's an experience, and it's stuff that we've never touched before, so we don't even know much about some of the stuff. This
little guy was in the middle of everything, and it is a Fly Emirates jersey with a pair of matching shorts. They're boys' size,
and we found them. I'm trying to find the listing. I can't find the listing anymore. This is actually a used one that we found that sold for $10. Ours is brand new. So again, that's probably gonna we'll probably throw that on for $10 or $15 US and get rid of that. So again, it's interesting stuff that you find.
Looking at that box.
Huh?
I think I'm done looking at that.
Yeah, you're done looking at that box.
Well, Christmas.
That was one of the other things that we actually got a lot of as well, which we thought this was actually fun. So we had things like this for Christmas. Now, we may not sell them yet, but there were at least, I think, 10 of these or so.
9 or 10 of those. Those are kids' pajamas.
This is kids' gingerbread man costume pajamas. So again, when you think about it, we paid $1. If we can get $10 for 10 of these, we paid $10 for them. We make $100. We made $90 on them. Oh, Greg. Oh, I thought Greg was going, Greg, how do you know about candy cane costumes? No, he's talking because I saw this post from Greg, sorry, that says $34.99 easy for candy cane costumes.
Yeah, I think it is soccer.
I think, yeah, he is talking about soccer.
Yeah, Greg's.
Oh, Diana
Greg's
F with me and switched her account. That's why it's like, there's how many Dianas can you be?
Okay.
If you need to dispose of any Samsung Note glass protectors, you can send them to me to take care of.
Hey,
well, hey, Paul, you know what?
You want?
We might just do that. Message us your
want?
address and we'll send you at least one. We don't like, as long as we just throw them in the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. So this was really cute. 10 of these things.
These were really cute. So we got 3 of these.
This is actually
it's a tree skirt.
It's a
Christmas
plush
tree skirt.
Yeah, it's.
Although it could be one of Lynn Mass's new shawls.
Yes, with this is like. And this is how somebody has this again, the learning experience. So this is how it came in this box. These people actually put their own, like, thank you for buying this. Here's our customer service thing inside this. And it literally is it's got Velcro, or also known as
hook and loop.
Hook and loop. And it's a.
If you've fallen in love with the product, we would appreciate if you'd leave an unbiased review on Amazon. You're so fluffy!
It's so fluffy! But again, that's a good $10 thing probably at Christmas for us, easily. We sometimes will be doing toy shows and things like that. We got about 10 of these, which are really neat. It's a felt Christmas tree that has all of the
Christmas tree wreath, isn't it?
No, this one's a Christmas tree. There is, and it's got all of the hook and loop all over it with all of the decorations, so you can put it up against the wall. Again, that's 10 of these at $10, let's say, even. Like, this would be something cute for Christmas.
That's $3 or $4.
Pillow covers, really nice pillow covers. So from our standpoint, it really was an interesting, fun way of looking at something like this. So when you do look at it, though, this is what you got to think of. There are pros and cons for pallet buying. So number 1, you never know.
You're a pro. I'm a con.
You never know what you're going to get.
No, you never know.
You don't. So
which is kind of exciting. It was very exciting to go.
It was, as you saw us. If you watched our 20-minute thing, it's like, yeah, Sherry's saying that other one looks like cotton candy. Yeah, it's exciting. It's fun. It's different to go through. If you happen to be looking for a lot of stock at one point, it could be a different way for you to consider something. For us, one of the things, again, with the winter, it was like, okay, we don't have garage sales up here in Toronto that we can go to. And yes, it could be a drape you put over your shoulder if you own birds, but it would get really.
I like
yucky.
Sherry's point of view. It does
Looks
look like cotton candy.
So yeah,
although Craig didn't lick it.
No, but it really reminded. Like, I think of cosplay with that, and I think of people who are like My Little Pony people and things like that.
Mary has a good point. Christmas in July sale.
That's actually a really good point. We're gonna make a note of that, and we're gonna do a show on Christmas in July. We should be like put.
I will commit it to my faulty memory right now.
Christmas, I'm getting a pen. I'm getting a pen. Mary.
Hey, Mary, can you send an email?
Christmas.
Can you put a tickler?
July. So you never know what you're going to get. And the con of that, obviously, is... it went too high. I thought you said you were the con.
Yes, I'm the con. You might get stuff that you're actually are out of your comfort zone, or that you don't know how to sell, or you have no familiarity with. For me, it's going to be all of the cell phone products, because a lot of the stuff doesn't have anything written on it. So I might just have to throw caution to the wind and do a deep dive and become a cell phone geek.
For me, it was these, because we actually hardly ever deal with video games at all. So like
you went to,
I think I mentioned that, but yeah, going to EB Games and taking these in, and they're going to take 3 of them in, and we're going to get a credit for $100 from EB Games. So again,
I might go to a second store. And then we can sell the...
Yeah, and that's what we thought
Gift
about is we'll
card.
get the gift cards and we'll sell the gift cards and still make the cash out of it. So that's a different way of making money, especially when you're at 55 and we don't want to wait a long time to sell them all.
Hello, Jane.
It can be a great mix of new, used, and return. So again, depending upon what you're buying, when you buy, for example, the Amazon Smalls that they had, they told us it's all new except for the books and that one base thing. But it could also be, if you go to the Amazon Larges, it's if you go to the Amazon Large Pallets, they run about $895.
We don't know how we're selling the Fox.
We don't. And with those, you could get used and you could get return items in. Thank you. Thank you.
They were mouse ears for our trip next week. I'm going to make you wear those in the park.
Go over here so I can go to Yukon.
Okay. Some items may be too used or they may be broken. We didn't get anything really broken
On ours.
on ours. The used things, I think, were confined to the books.
For us, yeah.
For us, for this
For the
particular
smalls.
pallet, and this one, these
Thing.
headphones. Clearly, it was taped up, and it does look like it was a return. Basically, the
Yeah.
box was torn open. Still has value. I think I looked these up, and they might be $30. So.
Now, again, if we'd gotten the Walmart box, that was returns, reuse,
Yeah.
and so we could see items that were sitting in that box that had like a sticker put on that said doesn't work.
Doesn't like.
A sticker I didn't like. Like, so we could see the little return things stuck on top of those different boxes.
Okay.
We don't want to ship it across the border. We do not want...
Local pickup only.
Yeah, local pickup only. We do not want to have that on one of our things and try and figure out what to call that on a manifest. So we're
call it an anal.
No,
an anal sex toy. That's what it is.
No.
Yes.
No, we're not. I am not putting that on something that we're sending or using a cross-border shipper.
With your name on it.
No,
My name
we're
is
not.
nowhere
Your
on
name,
the
no,
cross-border
no.
shipper manifest.
No. So some items could be used, broken, or so scary. There is another bag that we are not going to show you that is filled with straws. We're not showing you. This is filled with straws for a bachelorette party. You can guess what the straws are.
Are you gonna lick it?
Just don't. You can guess what the straws are. They would work well with the Fox. Let me just put it that way. So
yes, adult.
You could have some big money makers though when you're doing a pallet. This could be great. Again, 50 of these. Can you imagine if we'd gotten like 3 or 4 other kinds inside there?
Yeah,
like this could have been like a $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 pallet.
Did you describe why we got these? Yeah, we did. Never
Yeah.
mind. Sorry.
Do you remember the show just started half an hour ago? We did talk about.
We did. Okay. Yeah, I guess we did.
Yeah, we did.
What's the con?
But
yeah, some items will have little value, and by little value, it's not that they're valueless. It means that it might not be worth the time and effort to list online.
Yeah. So you always want to do that with anything you're doing.
Make sure that you're investing time against items where you're going to make the most profit. So our strategy is we're going to use a lot of the low value stuff to flesh out our garage sale.
Yeah. And before we go on to one of our last points, we'll just let some people know. Duck straws. Yes, Sherry, they are duck straws. We don't want to ship those to you either because they have to go across the border. No, we're not showing you, Diana. Well, actually, Diana, you can come by here. Come by the office and you can preview them yourself.
Have them.
Jane is going to tell chit chats about what we have, so we obviously can't go through there. And Andrew says sell the straws to a local bar. That's too much effort.
Well, there are only like 10 of them in the package anyways.
The straws would make big bucks down here. They'll probably, again, and when I talked to the guy who we purchased off of, Rob, today, he actually said it's not the first time I thought when I told him about the Fox today, he was going to be shocked. He wasn't shocked.
No.
And actually, we did look up the actual thing. And believe me, do not look it up. Do not look it up on your browser history. Please do not. It is not how it's spelt. It's
Thin
different.
Lolly.
Don't look it up.
Oh,
No, don't.
do look it up
On Amazon. It was surprising.
Use a
no,
private
don't.
browser.
No.
Use the incognito browser.
Don't look it up. Next, we'll go to our next piece, which is there's a big chance for big profits on this. So what you saw from us already was we were close to $2,000, I think, in just the stuff we were talking about here. We still have 4 boxes at the back. Probably, I'd say garage sale wise, we easily have $200 to $300 of garage sale stuff in there.
And then there are things that we don't know what to do with, like the ladies' shirts that are in the package.
Yeah, there's packages. We got a bin, like a tub that's filled with fashions. Now, some of them are
not
knockoff
fashions.
Some of them are really bad foreign made things. There's like one sorry in there. So again, we might just put those into a lot in Max Sold or something like that.
The turtles are safe.
Back over here.
Oh, sorry.
And so you could make big profits on it.
But the con is that it may take a lot of time to make the profit. So again, how much time are you willing to put into low dollar value items?
Now,
so our strategy, again, we have a strategy. We're going to implement the strategy.
So we've done it. This is our first. In the next month or so, we're looking at getting rid of as much as we possibly can. In whatever ways that we can. We'll be putting things onto our Max Sold. We'll put things on Facebook Marketplace. We'll do things in groups. We'll put stuff together in multiples now with some of the suggestions that you guys have given us for doing stuff. And we're already thinking about our next buy, which is probably going to end up being one of 2 different things with them. It's either going to be the Amazon larges.
We'll have to look and see what's on.
Yeah, we'll go and see. And in fact, let me show you, like, to give you an idea on what they have here. This is like the company that we're dealing with is called VDC. And this is their website, which is VDC Wholesale Liquidation. And they add pallets weekly. And I just want to show you the type of things that they've got in there. Their constant supply. This is some of the inventory they've got. And this is an email that I just got. So we actually have, you can see, apparel pallets. And you can view the apparel pallets. And you can look and see what is in end of season truck pull. So that's a whole truckload for $21,000. There are, I just clicked off that. This is the Amazon pallets. So this is what we did. Online retailer high unit pallets. So you can see this is what you're able to see inside and to make your decisions as to whether or not you want to be getting one of these things. And you can pick them up. You can arrange for freight. You can have them shipped to you if you wanted to. There's Amazon. There is large item pallets. There are footwear pallets. They just got in footwear pallets, which were boxes of 500 to 550 pairs of shoes. So when you look at something like that, 98% brand new goods. So it's non-manifested, but they know that it's brand new. So when you're looking at something like that, and you can go, well, 500 pairs of shoes, if you have the money to invest in it, for $2,000 is $4 a pair of shoes.
Yep.
And you can go and look at this pallet and start saying, what are these? What are the manufacturers? Things like that. And try and get an idea on, at least on the outside, what you could do with something like that. They have lingerie that they've done. There's, like, in fact, near them is a book company. It's not owned by them, but it's a completely different company. Yeah, clothes can be good or bad. I mean, it could be knockoff stuff. It could be good stuff. So again, as we said, it's a risk. It's a different way of looking at it from a reseller perspective. But from our end, it's a possibility of a way for us to make some money. And that's what we're always looking to do, is make money. And also hopefully help you make some money too. So VDC Canada, they receive 300 pallets a month. They're available for pickup, but we did ask them and they said that they would ship. Like they said, a typical thing, they have to arrange for shipping, but it could be $200 to $300. So if you don't happen to be in the Niagara area, or you don't have a minivan that you can use it, because you're not going to be able to put this into a Toyota Camry, they can arrange for shipping across Canada. No, and they sell small, like we bought a 4x4x6. Yeah. But the one Walmart, or the thing was like 3x3x5. Like it could have fit in the back of a truck, or back of a car.
Probably could have fit both of those Walmart things in the back of our car.
So if you want, though, this is the great thing, is if you want and you want to investigate this, the guy you talk to at VDC is Rob Valentini, and his phone number is here. That's his direct line directly to him. And if you mention that you heard about it from 2DogsDigs or from ThriFt, the Canadian Reseller Group, you actually get $100 off your first order. And it doesn't matter. If the order's a $300 order, he's going to give you the $100 off. Normally, I think you need to do like $1,000 or more. But for us, he's going to do, like for you guys, he's going to do $100 off any order. Obviously, if it's an order of $95, he's not going to give you $5 back. But if it's you wouldn't expect that you get $100 off $300. So we're going to put this on the bottom of down below here on our actual YouTube post, but we're also going to post this on our craft page on the Canadian Resellers and Fantastic Thrifters group as well. So it's a great opportunity for people to look at something like this. Rick's just going to remind you, don't forget that if you can, we're getting near the end of our show. Give us a thumbs up if you liked learning about the Amazon pallets like we ended up learning. And also, if you can, don't forget to subscribe down here to the 2DogsDigs channel, and we'll have much more fun and frivolity as we go along. So this was fun. This was interesting for us. We're learning a lot. We'll keep learning about it. When we do our next buy, we'll make sure that we do that pallet thing, and we're going to take you on our trip where we go and get that pallet as well, which will probably be sometime in the early April, end of March or so.
Probably in April.
Probably in April. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll see. We want to get rid of a bunch of stuff first. We got a bunch of our own stuff still in our profit piles. Our timing was probably off. That's the one thing that we thought about, is we were so excited to get a chance to buy one that we bought it. It was right after we'd done our inventory, and we still have all this stuff in our profit piles to get rid of. So now we just added 1,500 items into our profit piles, and we don't want those ones to sit around a long time. So we want to make sure we're trying to get rid of both.
Push through as much volume as possible.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden I decided last night at midnight that we were going to go to Disney World.
Yay!
So out of the blue, February, which was going to be a full month, is now going to be a week, 9 days in Disney, of which
on jury
3 of them are at flea markets, huge flea markets. One of them is on President's Day in Webster's Flea Market. And we were there 3 years ago, and we got there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We didn't know it opened at 5 in the morning. We're also going to do Disney Rise of the Resistance, and maybe if we can get on the Avatar ride. Yeah, then we come back for 2 days, and then he's on jury duty or a jury duty call for up to 2 weeks. And we have a max sold auction that we're trying to launch in the next week too. So, we got to be positive about where we're going with this. We have fun doing it, and that's the key. Is as long as we're putting the F in thrift and having fun while we're trying to make money, that's the best thing that we can do about it. And you're not allowed to say that. No, fun. It's all fun and games until somebody kills someone. So, yes, actually, Mary, what we did was, because eBay Open wasn't happening, and we knew that they were actually doing a Toronto upfront, which we are actually going to be guests on the panel.
He's
going to be a roundtable panel guy. We decided what we'll do is we'll try and take that. We're using our points to fly down to Florida, and that's what we decided last night at midnight, and we finished booking it all today.
Becky says,
yes, Becky will see us at Webster, and we'll see you at Renninger's on the Saturday, and we'll see you at that other one that you mentioned on the.
Jane says, don't go early. No one's set up.
Oh, did you go? I'll have to talk to you on the side, Jane, just to see. It's like, no, oh, good. Well, Rick told me that now, and to say he don't want to be there at 5 a.m. now. It's only on until 3, though, and last time we went at 2.
Well, yeah, last time we found it at 2, so.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't know.
Yeah, we are doing Mount Dora, Renninger's too. So we're going to do all of those things. Because I saw that list that you put up on the Complete Reseller.
Yes,
so
he's mapped it out.
I've mapped it out for us. So we'll talk to you more about that next week. But for now, this is us. I'm Baddog.
I'm Gooddog still.
I like wearing things on my head that I shouldn't. I put my ears on my bat.
Your bat wings.
And
look, he's the flying none of your business.
Sister Betrayal got nothing on me. So thank you.
You don't want to do that. Where are those cups?
They're not going anywhere else after this. You know that.
Look, it's a face
fava beans and a nice Chianti. Look at all the things you can do with this, right? Like, who knew that there would be so many things you ladies could do with this? And this is what I love too. There's nice little parts so you don't get the stickiness on your other things.
Nipples. They're called nipples, Craig.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So Thank you.
Are you Amish?
I'm not Amish. I'm not Jewish. I'm just like, oh, look, there's a buckle
You're
here.
not a lady.
I'm not a lady. I could take them apart. I could take them apart. Oh my God. So many new things that we can do with these now that I knew that we could take them apart. Okay. So next week, we'll tell you about a few more things we figured out to do with these. No? Okay.
Well, you don't have a shapely butt, so maybe we could use them to supplement.
Bitch. And on that lovely note,
You're not hitting
Here.
me
Blanche.
with epaulets.
Yeah.
Look.
On that. No.
You bitch.
Hey, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here at 2DogsDigs. Hope to see you here again next.
Oh yeah, dirty pillows.
No,
They're not
God,
dirty
no.
pillows. They're breasts, mama.
Okay, that's it. We gotta go. We're just way, way down the rabbit hole now. Woof. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God.